Dead meme.
Hey guys, it's Dead Meme here. I'd like to talk to you about gameplay versus graphics because you could see this game. It looks okay for what it is, but compared to many of its modern contemporaries, it's not very graphically powerful. But it's more heavily leaning in gameplay, especially comparing it to many games today. I feel that they don't have much of a soul. So this is just a game that I saw some people playing. I checked it out. It was a lot of fun. I thought I would like to show it to you, and hopefully these guys will get some traction. They'll make some more games, and hopefully they don't go down the route of, say, like EA and BioWare, who once made good games but now are soulless monsters that just turn out trash. But this is Build Pew. I would consider it a roguelite. Like you kind of level up your stuff as you play the game. You get little points you can spend, and like that's the research screen here. But other than that, I don't want to dwell too heavily on that. Like I figure we'll just jump into a game. We'll do survival. Let's bump it up to hard because I've got a half decent ship. Okay, so you just drop in. If you hold down right mouse, you can start using the map. Just pull up to some asteroids. You'll shoot them. You'll pick up some stuff. You press E, you can open the little upgrades path or pad that you get. There we go. So we're gonna get the cutscene. This is the big boss of the game or of the match. Your first few matches, you're unlikely to beat him, like especially since you don't really get that much of a. You can't deploy 3 missile turrets without having upgrades. So, all right. So I'm just throwing some turret upgrades on, as well as some drone upgrades, so that my drones are a little bit more effective. Shield generators. Ship speed, very important. Without it, you're just gonna get run over. There are enemies that will just kind of get on top of you, and they've got a lot of health, and they got a lot of DPS, and they'll just smush you, basically. So these little guys that are spawning in, the red ones on the map, they seek you out. The blue ones only seek you out if you get in their way. But you can kind of get away from them. They'll leave you alone if you move it along. Oh, shotgun turrets. So as you get a little bit stronger, you can start attacking these little forts, or these little fortified positions, and you can get like instant upgrades, which is super nice, but you don't get as much points. Like this little bar building up in the bottom here, if this builds up to the full way, you're able to buy an upgrade of some kind. So I want more scrap drones to get this done quicker. There are a handful of different types of upgrades. Like as you can see, I've got a weapons upgrade queued up, so it kind of rolls the dice. And you'll, depending on what upgrades you have unlocked, that roll will be different for you. The shield one's pretty obvious. It's mostly defensive related things, so like I'm gonna start building a minefield around my ship. Alright, so now when this bar builds up, I'm gonna have an encounter with like a little mini boss. So the goal is to kind of move around quickly, because if you don't, if you're not productive and you're not getting things done, that ship that shows up, it's just gonna mush you right into the ground. Mine spawners. That's nice. If you like to run away from enemies, it's a good one. And as you can see, if you just get right on top of the asteroids, they don't hurt you. It's a good way to collect the things quickly, especially as your little worker bees aren't that great in the beginning. So the thing I'm just upgrading now, it's like those little drones, the little ones that are jumping out of the ship, and they're collecting all those like little parts of asteroid and other ships. And that builds up this bar across the bottom here that lets you buy more stuff. Yeah, sure, why not? Shields aren't the end-all be-all. I do really like them for obvious reasons, but shields, they can't protect you from flamethrowers and things like that, so it's not the ultimate defense solution. I recommend being quick is one of the best defense solutions. Yeah, now that I'm a lot stronger, I can just roll through things. Your very first couple of games, you're not likely to be able to do that. Alright, that little mini-boss that we just had a little setup for, he's going to come pretty much straight at us. And his little teammate, or his very large teammate, there's the flamethrower guy I talked about, his teammate's going to show up and kind of chase us as well, the really, really large ship. And he can engage us as well, but we just want to kind of move away so that we're not going to be overwhelmed by him. There we go. Yeah, so his flamethrower passes through our shields. And we're having a hard time kind of getting away from him, but we got enough firepower, we'll just bust those flamethrowers down. And now he's kind of at our mercy, so we're just going to climb on top of him and just let him have it. Defeating those mini-bosses, as you can see, drops like those instant power-ups, which are very nice to have. You can roll to get straight-up damage upgrades, which are very helpful. The headquarter shield I really, really like. It's nice to be able to just kind of have like a giant shield around your entire ship. And it's good to reinforce as well. Like, not necessarily, like, shields are good, but if you reinforce the hull, you're going to be a little bit more durable versus some of those flamethrowers and other nasties that are going to come at you. Ooh, attack drones and scrapper drones. Yeah, I'm just not collecting up the stuff as quickly as I would like. I haven't really equipped many fuel tanks, so I can kind of do a boost. If I get some, I'll show you. I think it's, especially in the beginning before you get the straight-up power-ups, the little boost mode is definitely very, very helpful. ×2 shotgun turret? Yeah. I just kind of plowed through that guy. And normally encountering these, like especially in the beginning when you don't have the ability to drop like 3 to 2 powerful turrets, you're going to want to run away from them. And as you can see, that little blue arrow that's popping up near them, that's like the direction it's going, so you could use it to avoid the enemy. Let's reinforce. Some fuel tanks. There we go. The little burst of speed is nice. Sometimes you can get in some trouble and you'd like to get out of a place real quick. Yeah, like getting away from the flamethrower jerks. Cannons. Yeah, so using the map to figure out where you kind of want to go next. Like, I could go smash that little donut where those enemies are spawning, but the value's not that great. I'm just going to kind of move to that next station over there. I want the guaranteed power-ups. And my pickup drones just are not quick enough. And as you can see, the intensity increases. Like, obviously, it would be pretty boring if it did not. Some attack drones. Upgraded shields. So many of those power-ups aren't available to you in the beginning of the game, but you'll have to unlock them in the research screen. I'll show it to you again. We've only got about 4 minutes left. We'll have another little mini-boss that's going to pop in, and we'll probably charge right into that sector boss, as I like to call them. Piercing. That's helpful. Better shields. There is power-ups this way. So that weird antenna I just popped on is like a push gun. It's kind of nice for later on when there's so many enemies. They're just all over you. It gives your shields at least a chance to regen by pushing some of them away. And of course, if you use the HQ shield like I do, that shield will take a big pounding while these guys that are underneath recharge a bit. Another strategy is you can kind of just keep moving to the sides where your shields aren't so beat up. We don't want that. We could use some more attack drones. Oh wow, we may not win this one. Yeah, see, I'm just not quick enough. That's what sunk me, right? So it's a roguelite. You're not meant to live very long, so nothing really to stress about, but we'll see how well it goes. Can I pull it off? More fuel tanks so I can boost out of here. So as you see, when you kind of turn, you start losing you lose a bit of momentum, like that's the chance they get to catch up to you. I probably did myself in when I got greedy and tried to take that station at the same time as fight this thing. But you never know. Like, its shields are down. Fighting the boss afterwards will be depressing. Yeah, so his shields are back up. So are mine. Some asteroids. Let's try to get there a little bit early. Shotgun turret. Let's just pop this off. Attack drones. Yeah, we might turn it around. All we gotta do is just run like a coward. Oh yeah, the shield draining laser is pretty nasty. That's probably what gave him the in. Times 2 fuel tanks. Yeah, so bit of a war of attrition. We are getting lots of shots off, and we're putting the hurt on them, but in the end, I have a minute left in order to get enough strength to fight the nasty sector boss. Yeah, and as you can see, the enemy patrols are only getting worse. We can do it. We can do it. I might have just doomed myself. No, they got me. Well, it was fun. So, main menu. Let's hit up the lab. So, those, I guess the bolts you got, or I got from the mission, you can decide to, like, say, upgrade your stations. That laser turret really got me. I kind of want one. So we'll research these up. The more research you put into them, like, these are the potential roles when you pick up that particular piece of equipment. So in the beginning, like, you only start with the Gatling gun. Let's go to it and show it. So you only start with this, so when you roll a weapon, this is what you get. You have that. You can put one Gatling gun down, and I think you get this one. So it's, as you play, you lose a few times, eventually you get tough enough to buy some of this stuff, and then you can move on and eventually beat the sector boss and get a big bonus, and you might even find yourself in the leaderboards. But it was fun showing this to you guys. Hopefully you enjoy it. It's a nice little fun game if you want to kill 10 minutes or 15 minutes before bed, or if you're, I don't know, you're running Final Fantasy, but you're early for the raid, which I've done a few times, and you got a good 30 minutes before everyone actually arrives, and it runs nicely in the background. But anyway, it's nice seeing you.